final piece. Hey team, thanks for checking in for the next Kilograms Kilometers podcast. And the last thing to think about is kind of identifying the microcycles. I kind of mixed up the terminology earlier this week, but the microcycles being down to the individual week, or depending on the event and kind of the training framework that you have, maybe the microcycle is kind of a 2 week that you have like a 14-day cycle or rotation that you're doing. But however you do it, 7, 14, maybe even break it down to 5, something like that. But identifying what those are and what the themes are. So kind of reviewing what we've done this week, right? Look at the 12-month calendar, break it down into our smaller seasons, right? The mesocycles, we've identified the rest periods or the recovery phases, right? We've identified our build-ups because we know how much time how much time we can afford from one event before we start building towards the next, right? And then we're just identifying each of those themes in the microcycles during the week. So maybe it's a volume week, right? We know that the competition is shorter, or maybe we're not as concerned about it, and so we're going to we can afford to kind of tack on a little extra volume in that week. Maybe it's a power week to where we're going moderate weight, but we're looking to move some load, some dynamic work. And then maybe it's a speed week to where, hey, we're going super light, nothing over 50% in the gym, but we're going to be doing everything real quick, looking to get some activation, some good kind of fire, good sequence, good potentiation out of those movements. So and then of course from there, obviously you break it down into the real kind of nuts and bolts of it all, with the sets, the reps, the exercises, those types of things. But really, again, we're just talking overall planning here, right? Having those weeks, those microcycles identified, we at least have a better idea, a better target of what we're doing within each of those sessions. So yeah, that's it. Again, whether you're using a journal, a calendar book, maybe a dry erase on the wall, something like that. Either way, you can kind of start to build that out, and again, right, just have that idea of where you're going from one week to the next, and we can kind of start planning for that. But again, if it's something that you're not sure about, right, obviously you want those microcycle themes to align with what your overall goal is. So if you're not sure where to go with that, then more than happy to brainstorm. Just feel free to reach out, email, send a DM on social media, and we can totally kind of spitball some ideas and go with that. But other than that, let's wrap up this week well. All right. Start fine-tuning, sharpening the pencils for 2025, and let's keep working.